Hello, WCW, and welcome to our Week 5 recap. With me, as always, Mr. True Blue. How are you?
Doing good. First
Sweet.
place in my Rebel Div, so doing good.
Killing it. Awesome. We won't talk about
Yeah,
mine.
uh, it's much better than what happened this last week in WCW. Here's a hint: I was tilted.
There you go. There you go. Well, we're going to start off talking about the Weiss leaderboard here. Top of the leaderboard, Common Zimmer, These Girls Are Wild, staying at the top, 410.
Yeah, that is what you kind of expect from early Amazons, especially if you get some good level ups.
Yep, doing well. And then in second place, Mr. Rex Longbone himself with the Red Bastards, 311. Actually, three-way tie there with also Ben Phil, Programming His Life, 311, and Tater Spyro, Somewhat Dead and Yet Not. So the Undead looking pretty good there as well.
Yeah. Undead are always a very strong team. Lizards, they're the bane of my existence. Orcs are another strong TV 1000 team. So all that is pretty expected.
Yep.
I'll say.
And then my favorite thing in the world here, still undefeated, stereotypical wall hogs, Scambammer, yep, 230 with the inducement Kimry. I love that so much.
I love it too. I hope that he wins next week, just purely so that way there's a good shot that he'll make playoffs, because I want this meme to make playoffs.
Yep, we've got 2 more weeks left, so it really is time to start talking playoff scenarios for everyone and where what the limits are. I think, is Common Zimmer locked at this point?
I don't think he's locked, just because there's 3 coaches immediately below him that could overtake
him, yeah. But he would almost have to lose out to not make playoffs.
Yeah, he's very close to being locked.
Yep. All right. Next down the list, Kiwi Bird, Less Than Average Joe's, 302. So a good showing from the humans there. And Bigelow's Bouncing Bears, bouncing back, 221. Looking good with Kislev. That's a nice Kislev first season record.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a thing. So he got bye week this last week because of a family emergency that Nightshade had to deal with. So best of luck to that family emergency. But holy hell, that bye week gave him 4 levels.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. We're going to have to take a look at what happened there. So... Next down, I guess tied there with Bigelow's Bouncing Bears, Power Trip versus Chaos Squad, 221.
Yeah, so there's 3 Chaos teams, and he's the one that's proving to be on top, and that was the team that only had Sure Hands for the longest time, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Sure Hands an important skill. Helps you conserve those rerolls for more important things.
Yeah.
All right. And then the Creature of Finkenstrain, Killman, 1200 Undead, 212, tied up with the Fail City Misfits, who are also 212, and Fiction's Canaanites, 212.
Yeah, those non-Big D vamps.
Yep.
If they were Big D, they would be up at the top. Playoffs, man.
Yeah, heading straight to Capone like old Iron Master.
Yeah.
All right. And then we've got Kadachi / Puke Puke's Funky Fever, 131. And a lot of draws for early Nurgle, but that's not bad.
Yeah, as long as you start to get that development that you need, you're in a great spot as early Nurgle.
That's it. And Snow White's Dirty Secret, Sathlicious 203 in 13th place. And then we've got Choleric, 122. The Wood Elves struggling a bit early out of the gate. I think they had some unfortunate things happen to them, but they're working on their way back. And
yeah, it's a bit surprising that Wood Elves wouldn't be at the top of the leaderboard, but there was unfortunate circumstances that kind of snowballed into the rest of the season.
I think we saw a lot of MNG War Dancers and the Agi Busted War Dancer, of course. So just whenever your War Dancers aren't showing up to play, that makes it a lot harder on the Wood Elves.
Yep.
And then Mundungu and Malkranos tied up with those Wood Elves. So Chaos and Norris in a 3-way tie with the Wood Elves. And then we've got the Necromantic Squad from Arcade Blaze, Foxtrot Unicorn 133, right there with Bat Blood. See if you can find a boat. The North Squad at 133. And then we've got the Dark Elves. Surprisingly, the Dark Elves, who are a pretty strong team out the gate, struggling in the Weiss division here with a 0-3-2 record and a no 0-5 record.
Yeah, it seems like the bash-heavy nature of Weiss has really just beaten down those Dark Elves.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what happened in Week 5. So, these Girls Are Wild getting the 1-0 victory over Funky Fever, Puke Puke's Nurgle squad. So, that was the first game that Puke Puke dropped, wasn't it? Or the second?
This is the first one, and I remember him sending a message on how he was tilted about Amazons after that one.
Well, Amazons will do that to you when there's so much blodge across the board. Makes it
Lots
hard
of blodge,
to deal with.
Lots of guard, if I remember correctly, so it's hard for Nurgle to really match up with them early on.
Looks like we had a pretty bloody game with a kill per side as well, so a lot of damage done. 10 SPP and 9 SPP per side, respectively, so fairly even out the board, but it sounds like the Amazons were just able to get that touchdown in and then hold up, slow down the Nurgle enough that they weren't able to convert.
Mm-hmm. All
right. Stereotypical ball hogs versus programming is life. The 0-0 draw. What?
I just love yup. Stab was only 25% this game.
The poor Stab. That's why this is a draw and not a win.
Obviously.
Yep. No dodge rolls for the Kimry either, so you got to make more Kimry dodges.
Obviously, that's all you have to do. There's one dodge roll at the very bottom.
Was there? Oh.
Obviously, as it failed,
0%. Yeah. Fail and a reroll. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Look how smart that Croxagore is. That's a Croxagore that I can respect.
Man, I'm just sad that you betrayed Papa. All right, let's move on.
All right, moving on.
That's all the lizard talk that I can handle for now.
One smart Croxagore, and that's all you can handle. Somewhat dead and yet not. 2-1 over the less than average Joes. So, Undead. And Helmet stealing the MVP. No, Helmet, don't do that.
Sometimes when star players get the MVPs, I'm just like, yeah, you earned it. But then there's other times, like, I don't know how good the chainsaw... Oh, okay, it's 2. He only did it twice. It was removed pretty early. He didn't earn the MVP.
Yeah, no, he's just being a thief of MVPs there. But
yeah.
Good job to the Undead taking the victory there. Red Bastards taking the 2-0 over the Fail City Misfits. Rex Longbone punching some dudes, knocking them out, but not getting any injuries.
Holy crap, he had to deal with so many skulls.
Let's see, how do we do on this? 24 skulls and 8 pals. Rex, you got to knock guys over. Skulls don't do it.
And then, so Rar also had more skulls in both downs than pushes.
More skulls in both downs than pushes. This is a very, not good block dice game. Wow.
Yeah.
These are miserable block dice for both sides. You guys got to learn to punch better. But Res Bastards getting the conversions and getting the job done. So good job, Rex. Bigelow's Bouncing Bears. We won't talk about this one too much. Like we said, this was a concession, an unfortunate concession due to a family emergency. So it happens, but
yep.
Moving on.
But he got 4 levels out of that game, so
that's pretty sweet. We will check out those levels whenever we get to the team review. Next up, Power Trip versus Mountain Vargoth. We had some Chaos v Chaos action and a movement busted Beastman getting the MVP for Mount Vargoth.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Both those players are just a Vandy pass away. Movement busted piece. What do you give him? Like guard, dirty player. You just give him something, and then he's line fodder. Besides that,
I almost like giving him just kick and making him your kicker.
I don't know. I think
or
he
dirty
deserves to be
fine.
line fodder.
Line fodder.
I think.
Do you give him wrestle or block?
Busted.
You don't want to give wrestle to a movement busted guy.
Yeah, I think you give him probably. I would consider guard or dirty player as my two main ones with him.
Okay. All right. We'll keep this thing moving quick this week. Next up, Creature of Frankenstrain, 1-1 draw with the 4 Agi Mary Sues. What else? Getting the draw. Loner MVP.
Skeleton.
And the skeleton.
Fucking the 4 MVPs in 5 matches.
That skeleton is the true MVP.
Oh my gosh. That is insane. I am not funny. Okay with that.
That's just funny. But
oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. But it wasn't a great game for the 4 Agi Mary Sues.
They threw a lot of vanity passes.
They threw a lot of vanity passes.
Or a couple
they
at
only
least.
succeeded 2 of them.
Yeah. They generated some SPP that game, so they're making progress in the right direction.
Yeah,
all right.
Honestly, after this kind of season, you're wondering, like, I know Kaliric was testing them out.
Yeah.
So if you have like a bad taste in your mouth after like 7 games or so, it might be just I'm not playing that team again.
Re-roll into something else. That's fair. Canaanites taking the 1-0 over Foxtrot Unicorn.
Ooh, we got a nice MVP on Charlie. That's the second MVP that he got in a row.
Yep.
That's nice.
That's going to be a skill up for Charlie, so that'll be pretty interesting to look at here in a moment.
Ooh, and I can see why the Vampires won this game. So Bloodlust.
Yep.
4 failures.
Okay.
That's
92%. That's some Iron Master numbers on Bloodlust there. 54 rolls, 4 failures.
Were in Fuego.
Yep.
And then his hypnotic gaze weren't the best, but when all those other things are working really well, they don't need to be.
That's right. So, looks like a good game for the Vampires there, taking the victory. Second and third, 1-1 draw with the Beer Pounders. And the Beer Pounders, 51 blocks, 3 KOs, 3 injuries. They put some hurting on the second and thirds. But
yeah, that's the thing, is that Norse are really, really good against Agi teams.
Yep. I mean,
they're really good against them.
They're good, but they didn't stop them from getting that
90% dodges. That's what I'm seeing right now.
90% dodges is a good statistic. That's how you win as Dark Elves.
Yeah. I have had too many games where I'm in like the 50% dodge, like 50 to 60% dodge category as Dark Elves, and them already being slow. I'm just like, F this team, I'm not playing them ever again. So, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. And then last but not least, see if you can find a boat putting up a 3-0 over I Chalk Trash, but get beat.
Yeah.
That's big numbers for Norse.
That is big numbers for Norse, but it's like what I said earlier, is when you get the oh wow, it's huge numbers for Norse considering they only got 1 removal.
Yeah.
The Norse are really good into Dark Elves.
Yep. Putting all that block to good use. Only 37 blocks generated that game, so not really a hugely bashy game.
Yeah, but
there must have been some shenanigans going on there. Yeah, had control of the pitch, and I'm wondering if there had to have been some blitzing involved, or some other strange kickoff events allowing them to get away with a 3-0 there.
Yeah, I'll say this every time. So I beat up Striker one time, 4-0, pitch cleared him with my Norse one time. Norse are fun.
One time.
Yeah. Well, that was my first ever time pitch clearing a team.
All right, let's take a peek at the teams. Second and third, little bits. First up, do we have anything new here?
No.
Block on the Witch, I think, is new, isn't it? Or maybe it's not.
That might be. M&G, so not Niggle.
Yeah.
What that third reroll I think is new.
Third reroll. That's a good thing. Makes those elves a little bit more reliable. Snow White's Dirty Secret. I don't think we have anything new to talk about there.
Nope. We got Funky Fever and that hurts me soul.
Agi Up Mighty Blow.
I don't like it.
You got to take it. It's Agi Up so good.
No, I would skip it. I would get like Block or Claw.
I hear what you're saying there. Long term, if Puke plans to play this team for 3 more seasons, I think that's fine, because this guy, I would start thinking about maybe like Frenzy next, and he becomes like your Surfer, because this can turn into a witch elf.
That's intriguing, but again, that means no block.
It does mean no block, but you go Frenzy Juggernaut, and this guy is a beast. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I think that this is way too long term of a piece. I just hate it when you took Mighty Blow first to give Magi immediately after. That's my opinion, though.
I understand, because it is a risky take. We can discuss the merits of Agi a little bit later, because I have some other thoughts on that. But long term can be fun.
I agree that I think that you need them long term agility pieces to keep Nurgle kind of more competitive against those more agility based teams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But just on the Mighty Blow piece, I don't like it.
That's fair. All right. Next up on the list, Foxtrot Unicorn. We've got Charlie leveling up and picking up guard. So he's done. Block, guard, stand firm. That's a piece. You don't need anything else on Charlie.
Yeah, you do. You just need to roll dubs at 31, and then he's blodge, stand firm, guard.
I mean, yeah, or Mighty Blow if you don't, and that's cool. But let's be honest. Those 3 skills: block, guard, stand firm. He will do everything you need him to do, and everything after that's gravy.
Yep, I completely agree. And he's so close at getting his other positionals to actually level up, and then once he does, this team takes a huge power spike.
I'm also very happy to see Lima put in a touchdown, got 3 points, so he's just a touchdown away from picking up his first skill. November, getting a Kaz, getting some points, so we're seeing some points go on to those key pieces, and that gets us right on the precipice of... We have a lot of pieces on this team who are just about to level, so we're about to pop off and jump up 80 to 100k in TV.
Yeah, and once you do, like what I said, that team is going to take a huge power spike, and it'll be a lot more fun playing Necro like that. My game crashed, so...
Looking forward to seeing it. All right, so I'm going to pop over to the Red Bastards, but we probably aren't going to stay here long, because Jackal, the Blitzer, has a pending level up, but we don't have any... we don't know what that
Rex,
is yet.
What's your level?
Rex, level. What's Jackal? Or if you don't want to tell us what you're picking, tell us what the roll was. Was it a normal, a double? If it was strength up, you already would have took it.
I could see tackle. Talking with Rex, because we also do... probably Mighty Blow. I was thinking tackle, just because what we were talking about.
I dig it.
Wait and see in case he got Amazons. Okay.
That's fair.
I would still consider tackle, because if you win this next game, there's a high chance that you're going to get Amazons.
All right. Amazons. Anything new here? The strong arm I think we had before on the thrower. We've got the dirty player that I remember seeing before. Is that a new guard on that line woman down there? I think that might be new.
I think so.
All right. I like it. You take guard when you can get it, because that's what you want in Amazons. Guard everywhere. And then you just become a nightmare of blodge guard.
Yeah.
Looking good. Scambammer, hip. We've got a pending level on a throw raw.
Yeah, he has so much cash.
Yep. That cash is hurting you right now. You got to do something with it. So we either need some inducements to happen, or a... He already started out with the Nuffle Altar. Yeah, he's got the Nuffle Altar. So what do you do with the cash?
I would consider a bench or
reroll.
I don't know if I want to reroll an inducement build.
Fair enough. I like the idea of taking a second throw raw. I think you can get away with it now.
That might be something that I would consider. Okay.
Second throw raw into leader. What do you think about that?
I could get behind that. Or you could just give the first throw raw leader if you didn't get anything cool.
Right. All right. Somewhat dead, but yet not. Tater Spyro. What do we got going on here? We've got a guard ghoul. I don't remember seeing that before. I think that's new. Maybe. And,
I like his mummy.
Yeah.
I like that fast boy mummy. Just because when mummies get knocked down, it's so frustrating. Just because you're just like, do I risk to put him a GFI into position?
Just being able to blitz with them when they're based, or or stand up and adjust. Yeah, the movement 4 is great.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I just hope that my mummies get to be fast boys. Okay.
All right, the Canaanites. Agi guy is armor busted. Uh-oh.
Oh, you keep it.
You keep it, but that sucks.
It does suck, but you 100% keep it. You probably give him dodge, and then you make him a blodger at 31 if he lives that long.
Right.
Regeneration will help.
It does help. Well, I mean, it helps to an extent, but the armor 7 means he's going to be broken more often.
Yeah, but you just can't get rid of an agility 5 piece.
Yeah.
Those 2+ hypno gazes are too good.
I agree, but that is going to put him in danger a lot, so that guy probably not too long for this world. Start saving up for another vamp is my thought.
Yes. Well, we've already been preaching that.
Right. Power Trip, Urs. We've got block.
He's got block.
We've got block, and we've got 5 points, 5 points, 5 points, 5 points. Urs, I will give you the biggest of props for keeping a well-organized squad here. I'm able to quickly see everything on this team. So, mad props for that.
So, this is what happens next game. You pick up on Kid, you throw a Vandy pass to Billy, you score on Billy.
There you go.
That's what happens next game.
Absolutely. And then you get the ball again and throw more Vandy passes. Fever. Yep.
Sorry, I had to say it that way because you misspelled funky.
All right. On to page 2. Mount Vargoth, Mundungu.
Oh, that thing is fired.
Agi 1? No, you keep it. Agi 1 goat, you totally keep.
Oh my god. I would take a loner over that all day, every day.
Why? It's line fodder. You keep the Agi 1 goat.
No, because if you're gonna... the fact that he has a bench means that you fucking throw it away.
No, you keep it. Who cares?
It doesn't need to dodge. I will hit you hardcore.
I would keep that goat and just ride or die with Belfour or Beller over here. Yeah. But, yeah. I would be looking to recycle the move busted guy before I recycle the Agi busted
I fucking hate you. All right.
Less than average Joe's Kiwi Bird squad. It looks like we've got... What do we got? We've got Tackle Blitzer. We've got Mighty Blow Blitzer. I don't think there's anything new here.
I think the tackle is new.
Tackle's new. Tackle is an excellent skill to have.
Yeah, but everything else is pretty standard. Yeah.
All right.
See if you can find a boat.
See if we can find a boat. Can we find a boat? We've got a Palmer. That sounds like a boat to me.
Yep, Palmer, guard, block off, sure hands lineman. You have the cash that you can get a Yeti now, which I think you would consider in a bash heavy div. Just the claw's so nice.
Yep. Talking with Ironmaster about that, he says that a Yeti is more or less a necessity at some point for the Norse.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm a high believer in Norse are very effective without the Yeti at low TV, but as you get higher and higher, you just need it.
Yep. And I am a firm believer of, man, I hate big guys, but I guess if you have to take it, you take it.
Yeah, it's just the claw is so huge against those bashier teams where you need to get the man advantage for Norse to be good.
That's fair. That is fair. All right. Next up, I talk trash but get beat. Kitchen King. We've got Wrestle Kick, the lineman soaking up all the SPP on this team. We got to get some more vanity passes and stuff up here. Come on.
Look at his motto.
Go back. What is the motto? Where's the motto? I talk trash, but I get beat. Wanted to swear on the title, but couldn't. Oh, okay. All right.
That just makes me laugh.
I like it. Anything else to say about the Kitchen King's Dark Elves there?
I pray that you can get dodge on one of your blitzers.
Throw some passes. Pass. Five passes.
He threw 4 passes. He threw 4 passes last game.
Then why are they all on 0 SPP?
Because he leveled up his lineman, I think.
That's fair. Pass on the blitzers. All right. Let's take a look at the 4 Agi Mary Sue's. I think this Fast Boy's new. Is that new? I think that's new.
I don't remember if that's new or not, but there has been another Fast Boy award answer, so my memory might be a little bit stilted in that regard, but I love fast word answers just because nowhere on the field is safe from them.
Yep. That is a good piece right there. So, excellent stuff. This looks like a great Wood Elf squad. We're still hoping to recycle the unfaltering protagonist who faltered immediately.
He could buy a new one right now, but at this point, you might prioritize a reroll or a tree.
Yeah, I think you do prioritize one of those things over recycling that guy, but you do want to recycle him at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Killman, pending levels. I hate pending levels, but we've got a pending level on a white. A white's a great piece.
On Undead, you consider piling on or tackle. I think those are your 2 main ones. Jump up if you roll it, maybe.
I would be thinking about tackle in this division a bit. Jump up is probably the call if you roll doubles. Yeah, I like it. And Bigelow's Bouncing Bears. I wanted to talk about all these things, but we got a leveled up catcher.
The thing is I rolled his bye week pretty much right before we started, so he hasn't had time to adjust.
But we've got a leveled up catcher, a leveled up lineman, a leveled up movement blitzer. That's exciting. That's probably going to end up being block or dodge. Probably dodge. I
would consider dodge, on that movement 8 piece.
I agree. And another leveled up lineman. So we're going to see probably. I like wrestle on my lineman. What do you think about Kislev lineman?
I think you go 1 kick, 1 wrestle. Catcher gets. If he rolls something cool, you take it. He probably gets dodge on the normal.
Yeah, dodge on normals for sure.
Yeah, so you're looking at probably a kick, a wrestle, and 2 dodge pieces if it's all normals.
Yep. All right. The Beer Pounders. They're pounding beer and pounding faces with their Mighty Blow Berserker, and that's about it. We've got a dodge runner, which is getting dangerously close to level 3.
Sure hands. Yeah.
Sure hands.
Sure hands or guard, if you roll it.
Do you always build your runner as a ball carrier because they're the fast piece, or seems like I would be tempted to build it as a blitzer?
You have the Berserkers and Ulfs for blitzing.
Okay.
Lots of the time. So you build your runner as either support pieces if they roll double early for guard, or you build them as a ball carrier. That's pretty much the standard with runners.
Got it. Programming is life. We've got a Blocksaurus, and a Mighty Blowsaurus, and we're short some Saurus here.
We're short a Saurus, and that's good.
That's a terrible
Props
thing.
to whoever killed it.
And not enough money to replace it, so ouch.
Wait, that was Yup that killed it, wasn't it?
Yep did kill a Saurus. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh.
But we got a guard Crocs, but I like the 1 Mighty Blow piece on the Saurus. I think you can get away with 1.
You can get away with more than 1, but
as first level, not really.
Well, I would disagree, but that's just me. I think you can get away with a variety of skills as first level skills, because you don't have to take block as lizards. I know that's a popular thing to take block across the board for a skill, but I don't think it's required.
Early break tackle is nice. Early guard is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm an advocate of getting a variety of first level skills. I think my first 2 are block for sure. After that, I open up a bit.
Yeah. All right. So that is how that team turned out. I really like the skink that is Blodge. I think I give it sidestep and then just like diving tackle if it rolls normals, and you just have it kind of protect the sideline. If it gets killed, it gets killed because it's movement busted, but you can just control the middle of the field a little bit better if the sideline is protected.
Yep. Sounds good. And then last but not least, the Fail City Misfits. We've got Mighty Blow, and a Sure Hands guy.
Yeah, and that Minnow just needs to get SPP. I'm so sad for him.
Yep. Minnows with no SPP. Sad pandas.
Yeah. I know how that feels sometimes.
The quickest way to making that team better, though, is just firing.
Scoring touchdowns on the Minnow. Scoring touchdowns, yeah.
Every fired Chaos Minotaur, something nice happens.
And...
Something nice happens.
No. Okay.
All right.
Let's take a look at next week real quick and get some predictions in. We got Cam and Zimmer, we're One Chew. These girls are wild, and Tater Spyro, somewhat dead and yet not.
All right. So, the undead getting they had depending level on the white, correct? So I think that means...
No, different undead.
Different undead? Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say that I think that means tackle, but I don't think you can bet against the girls. They're on a tear, so I think the wild girls are going to stay wild.
I think looking at the TV differential, there's going to be a wizard. Mm-hmm. If there's a wizard, I will give this slight edge to somewhat dead and yet not.
Okay. Fair enough. Stereotypical ball hogs going up against AV9, the Red Bastards. What do you think about that one?
Yup is undefeated, and he won't lose to Rex.
Not to Orcs, but to Rex specifically is what...
Yeah.
I'm going to call shots fired.
I shoot shots at him like almost every time.
All right.
It's fine.
I think the Orcs can break some AV7, so I'm looking for the Red Bastards to put the first L in the stereotypical ball hog column.
Yep.
All right. Bigelow's Bouncing Bears versus Programming His Life Downosaurus.
This is hard.
I think Bigelow's Bouncing Bears, this is their game, in my opinion. Because they are coming up against...
they have enough tools. I think I'm still going to go with the Lizards, as much as that pains me to say. But I don't think they just have enough tools yet.
Let me just say this real quick. Wrestle linemen versus no guard lizards. How are they going to stop the 2-die on the skink carrier? 2-die wrestle. It's down. Balls popped.
I just don't think there's enough tools.
I think they got it. I think this is Bigelow's game to win. So I'm calling Kislev.
All right. So.
All right. Less Than Average Joes versus Power Trip. Some humans versus chaos.
I have to go humans. They have the skills early on. One block and one sure hands is hard to beat humans early.
That's fair. I hate to root against chaos, but I agree with you. I think humans have the edge. So next up, Creature of Finkenstrain versus the Funky Fever. Who do you think's got that
This
one?
is the one that has the pending level. I think it's going to be Creature of Finkenstrain.
Mm-hmm.
Undead are just too good.
Am I allowed to predict a draw here? No?
No.
Okay.
No cop-outs.
Well, then I will grudgingly go with Finkenstrain as well, but I want to see the Nurgle win it. So, Puke, I'm cheering for you in my heart. My head says Finkenstrain, but Puke, you have my heart.
All right.
Canaanites versus the Fail City Misfits. That is...
This is, I think, Guadar. I think he's got it with his Chaos this week. Only 3 Vamps to deal with. You have Mighty Blow pieces. If you get the mana advantage, you can snowball it.
Yeah, Vamps with only 3 Vamps is sad times. I agree. I think the Fell City Misfits can take this one down.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Snow White's Dirty Secret, Chorfs versus 4 Agi Mary Sue's Wood Elves. Chorfs versus Wood Elves. That's a classic one right there.
I'm going to preface this. If Choleric takes the tree, I would go with the Wood Elves. If he doesn't, I'm going to go with the Chorfs here.
I'm going to call it for Choleric because I think he's just got something to prove, and he's going to do it no matter what. All right. The Beer Pounders versus Mount Vargoth. I believe that's Norse versus Chaos.
Yes.
I like the Norse a lot in that matchup. What do you think?
Norse is just a hard team to beat early.
Yep. And Chaos, oh, the 1 and 9s are so scary.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got See If You Can Find a Boat in Foxtrot Unicorn. So this is pretty much the anti-werewolf team.
Yep.
With Mass Block. I'm gonna go with See If You Can Find a Boat here.
Yep, I think I agree. I think this is a Norsey week, so see if you can find a boat. Go find that boat. And then last up, second and third versus I Talk Trash But Get Beat, Battle of the Dark Elves. Who's going to Dark Elf it more?
I think one team has more dodge than the other. Doesn't Little Blitz have more dodge?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let me double check real quick. He has 2 dodge pieces.
Yep.
I still think those 2 dodge pieces are better than the 1.
Yep. So, Little Bits, second and third.
Yep, that's what I'm going with.
I think I agree with you on that one. So, with that said, anything else on the Weiss front?
Nope. It's just going to be a tough playoff race. Remember, there's 3 spots. There's no stunty team, so that doesn't matter. But the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. Second tiebreaker is TD differential. And then if there's 3 or more tied, then it goes to TD differential first. So just so everybody knows.
So, kind of interesting. We don't have any of the highly important types of matchups this week. When you look at the matchups versus the leaderboard, the Red Bastards, Programming is Live, Someone Dead, and Yet Not, none of them are playing each other.
Someone Dead and Yet Not are playing These Girls Are Wild.
Okay, so that's a huge matchup. So, Tater Spyro, the hopes of everyone else falls a little bit on your shoulders to take down the Amazons. And everyone else, your fate's in your own hands. You need to get those W's this week to extend that lead out and hopefully solidify your spot going into next week.
Yep.
All right. Let's talk about some Capone now. Top of the leaderboard, okay. Firstborn of Arda, 3-1-1. Thou showing us how it's done. I think I am his only loss, aren't I? Like, I'm the only one that beat him?
Yeah, you might be.
I think I beat him. I think I did. I believe I did. Maybe I didn't. Followed by Golgothan, 302. And then it gets really close in here. Children of the Void, 212. Man Bear Horse, 212. 212 for the aerial assault. It should be 212 for, it should be 203 for Big Chick down there at the bottom if we're not counting this week's result. And
but it's already there.
122 for Mustard Lust Iron Master, and 122 for Nilly Man. So, man, this is a tight race. And with only the top 3 getting in, I think I'm eliminated now, or close to it.
I think with there just being so much pressure right there, I think you have about a 5% shot if I'm gonna put it in percentages.
But like, no one is locked yet.
No, like if Valk loses out, he can lose out his spot. Same thing with everybody else. So
So there are just a billion playoff scenarios that all depend on what happens this week.
I don't think Nilly Man can make it. And I don't think Iron Master can make it. I think those two we can kind of eliminate, but they can play spoiler.
Right. And playing spoiler is a big deal. Iron Master playing a bit of spoiler this week for in week 6. So.
Yep.
All right. Let's talk about week 5.
Source in the rain! In the rain!
So 3-1 for the Scourge of Saltspire. I'm hearing a little bit of weather came into play. Is that...
No. That was talking about you versus Valk, how you beat him that one time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. So I had a pretty solid one-turn defense. I had tackle across the line, and then Riot fucking happens, and then he scores a really trivial 2-turn, and then he outbashes me as fucking... Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do that. Claw Mighty Blow Piling On does a thing whenever used by Skaven. Not by Chorfs, but used by Skaven.
Yeah, and you'd think that, like, Mighty Blow could, like, be more efficient in getting removals, and it's just not.
Yep. All right.
That game just made me sad. Just like the perfect storm of the riot, and then after all that, it all went downhill.
Yep. Aerial Assault WCW losing to the firstborn of Arda, Valk, getting it done versus S Hunter in a 2-1 grind of a game.
Valk just has, I think, the best elf team in all of WCW right now.
Yep. And I watched part of this game, I believe, and the part of the story of the game there was turn 1, Valk removed 3 elves. 3 elves, turn 1?
It was like 3 out of 4, I think.
Yeah, so he was getting it done injury-wise. We had 4 injuries, 3 KOs inflicted, and S Hunter not able to stop the elves with no players on the pitch. And then we had this game. Skinky and we know it. 3-5 versus Children of the Void.
Hold on, time out. It still pisses me off that you played this game before the people could see how battered your team was.
Yeah, so going into this game, I had 3 Saurus and a Crocs. So that's what we got to play the game with, was 3 Saurus and a Crocs, which does not a Lizard Man team make.
Yeah, but you have bullshit skinks, and that's why you scored 3 touchdowns.
That's absolutely correct. I believe 2 of those touchdowns were one-turners. So yeah, it was fun. We got a bunch of SPP. What was the SPP for this game? Let's look at the SPP numbers for this game. Perennial picked up 15 SPP. Turbo Skink Jr. picked up 9 SPP.
I think Perennial got all 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he just 5 touchdowns, 1 game. Why not? I believe he actually wanted to score one of those touchdowns on someone else and couldn't for some reason.
Makes sense.
But yeah, more skinky bullshit. But that was a fun game. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The result was bizarre, but we'll take it. And Mustard Lust, 1-0 over the Celebrats. Did you catch this game?
I believe this happened when we were doing the recap or something.
Yes, it did. So I think we both missed it.
Yeah, but I was doing something, and I started watching the game, and then I had to tune out. But Iron Master, he said he got very fortunate. He had no idea. Like, he did not think he had a chance to beat Nilly Man.
Right.
And then he did.
Yep. Well, good job, Iron Master, playing spoiler for the Celebrats, keeping them pulled down and giving the rest of us a shot.
Yeah. So that was very good. Now let's take a look at the teams real quick. So, fun fact, a legend happened because fuck, just gutter runners.
So he picked up Finn on Sky's Creep, and I think we do need to change Golgothan's name in Discord to King of the Default Names or something like that.
Yeah, give him something. But yeah, the Fend is a very, like, it kind of sucks that you get a normal, as Legend. You'd like something cooler, but Ben just keeps him alive.
Well, I mean, what are you taking on this guy if you roll doubles? Like,
you could get like extra arms or something. You could get like a mutation that would make him fun.
Yeah.
If you roll double.
Yeah, I mean, he's already big hands, sure hands, two heads. Like, he's fun enough.
Yeah, he's still good. If you get a stat up, you absolutely take whatever stat it is, like agility 5, strength 3, movement 10. You just love it, you know. But
agility 5 might not be good on him with big hand and two heads. He's already agility 5 for everything he cares about.
But you could be agility 6 on certain things. That's the fun part.
Yeah, well. All right, Skinky, and we know it. This team's okay. We picked up a level finally on Brother Skink, so we now have another stand firm source.
That's next week's thing. That's next week's thing.
Hey, it's here now. Look at this good looking team. It's fine.
Oh my god, I'm still just pissed. I just wanted to just show the world what it should have been, where you were missing 3 Saurus.
Professor Skink, being a genius too, is only 2 SPP away from leveling after 2 games. So he's doing well for our Crocs.
That's because you're doing more with him than you ever did with Papa. You would just sit Papa there, and then for 15 turns he does nothing. Then the one turn that you try to use him, you're just like, oh man, he sucks. You bored him to death.
Well, you know, the Professor, he's a genius. What can I say? So smart, Claw doesn't affect him. Next up.
Oh shit. S Hunter got a new star.
What did S Hunter pick up? Hawk. Oh, there he is. Hawk finally leveling up, and he's a strong boy.
Yeah. That is really good. Rad is like the perfect support piece. Now you get Hawk. That's really, really good. You have Cool Breeze, who I think is not quite a push away, but 2 push, 1 turn player. Yep. You have an Agility 5 lineman. This is a really good team.
Cool Breeze just needs to get Sprint, and then he is an amazing one-turning threat.
Yeah, Burner, going in a playoff hunt, I don't know if you can afford to ditch Burner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's one that's too close to call.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Man Bear Horse. True Blue. Anything new?
Yeah, double niggle on Stallion.
A double niggle?
Yes. Well, he was niggled, and then from the Iron Master game, first game back, gets niggled.
Do you keep that piece? Do you just ride or die with the double niggle?
I'm torn. I've talked to Iron Master about this a few times, and he says you can him, and I'm just torn just because I'm probably ditching Chorps after the season, but if I want to have a playoff run, he's much better than a new one would be.
The scary thing is, anytime his armor breaks, he's pretty likely to die. Yeah. If not die, get KO'd or something.
Yeah. But that's, like, the sad part is just, like, I'm really torn on it, and I'm sitting on that one.
All right.
Decision-wise.
Valk G's firstborn of Arda.
And that team is gross.
We got the Vamps back in the house. He was missing 1 last week, I believe. So all the Vamps are back.
He was missing 2 last week.
2 last week. So we're back to Vamp strength. That's a scary team.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that you got the AV bust on the lineman, but still good overall.
Just want to see a little bit more block get developed in here, because there's a lot of guys with dodge and only 3 block and 1 wrestle.
Yeah, and this is the week where all that dodge spam could just bite him in the ass because I play him this week.
Well, scary week, so that'll be interesting to see if this team still looks the same next week.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to do with his 150k in cash. That's a big thing for how the game's going to look. But
I would scum something against True Blue is what I would do with it.
I will take it.
Alright.
I'll take free money because he's the overdog here.
He's the overdog? Oh, well, never mind then. I don't know what you do in that case. Children of the Void, Archangel's crew.
I love Frenzy.
That is an
That's
awesome
what
piece.
I'll start and end with.
Yep.
I love Frenzy.
Yep. Frenzy, we got a bunch of blodgers. We got a Roger.
Yeah, I know Archangel hates this team because it's so slow, but he's built it up to be a pretty solid team.
Yep. I think that's about as good as it gets right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Mustard Lust.
The mustard of the mustard.
Count Mustula. He took an MNG.
Right before he plays Valk.
Yep.
The week after.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's
Valk
a huge
is a
one.
happy boy.
Yep. But other than that, he's got all the guard in the world.
Buster Morning Farquhar, didn't he die?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Apo saved him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he died and got better. But that was this week. That's next week's recap.
Yeah. We talked about your stuff. I'm more willing to talk about vampires.
All right.
They're much more interesting than you could ever be.
This is true. And I did get to name Grey Poupon here because he needed another thrall. And fun fact, Iron Master had never heard of Grey Poupon.
Oh, okay.
So, had to have some Grey Poupon on the mustard team. And Celebrats.
Oh, it's just such a gross team. Like, this is a team where it sucks that this season you're probably not going to make back-to-back title runs because all the other teams are so good. But next season and the season after, like, this has a building of, like, a very, very, very good Skaven team.
I think
The
this is a
foundation
little
there.
bit of a story of what happens whenever you make a fresh
A
team
good
run
point offering.
and then
In
get
which I have things I need to run by the admin team, but I think we're going to change up how divisions are made next season to make it not as bad.
yeah.
Like,
But getting shot straight into Capone and then you're playing every game down a billion TV. So he has done
it's
a
not
great
billion
job.
TV, but
Well, yeah, enough.
it's enough.
He's done a great job of ramping this team up, but I think there were some roadblocks along the way this season that made it a bit of a struggle.
It wasn't your team, that's for sure.
That is for sure. I got ratted on.
Yeah. Man, I miss being down TV. I know. The saving grace of my game versus Valk is that he won't have a wizard.
Yep, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about the next week's matchups. We've got a rat off. Scourge of Saltspire versus the Celebrats. Who's the rattier rats?
They get a wizard in that rat off.
So who do you think's got that one? That's going to be Golgothan wants it so bad. You think the Celebrats, they get a wizard, so they've got it?
Yeah.
I think Golgothan is going to be playing his heart out, so I'm going to bet
Golgothan
Golgothan
play his
on
heart
this
out,
one.
but it's a fucking wizard. Like, one side also has a natural one-turner, so, like, it's hard to beat Nillyman.
Wizards can fail.
Wizards can fail, but they don't very often.
Fair enough. Only 17% of the time.
Not when they're shot against me. It's like 1% of the time when they're shot against me.
Fair enough. All right, we'll skip over Mustard Lust versus Skinky, and we know it. I'll just say that was a fun game. Always a pleasure to play Iron Master. And then next up, Children of the Void versus Aerial Assault.
Yeah.
Elf matchup.
I think it's tough, but I think S Hunter has it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a tough game, though. That's a real coin flip type of game.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to call that one. I think I would literally flip a coin. So let's do that. I've got a coin right here. Children of the Void is heads. Aerial Assault is tails, and tails. So I'm going with Aerial Assault.
All right, we're both going with S Hunter. Cool. All right. Next up, we got Valk versus myself.
Valk's gonna crush you. Absolutely dominate and destroy.
It's very possible. I don't think he will, though.
Well, I can only pick on one of you whenever I'm calling this game, so I pick the one that I'm talking to in voice chat. But
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's a intriguing game where basically all of what he has spent his TV on can be countered by my chores.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could win this game, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah. It a lot of it's going to come down to, do you get the removals that you're wanting to get? Is he able to get away with the ball? How effective
is tackle going to do a thing? Because I know when I play against S Hunter, it feels like tackle never does a thing.
Yep. Strength 4 is not countered by Chorfs. That's a true thing.
It's countered by guard and dauntless, which I have.
Yeah, but Chorfs are slow, so he can pull you apart a little bit. It's going to take some careful play. It's going to take some careful play.
Like I said, it's going to be a hard game. I think I could do it, but if I wasn't the person that was playing this game, I would probably lean definitely Valkyrie's way. But I believe in myself. That's the big thing. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
There you go. Well, that is the predictions for the week. Anything else we want to talk about in closing?
Just, I'm always open to suggestions. I want to get a off-season competition for people that don't make playoffs. Like, I need suggestions for that. And then there should be an announcement with how I'm going to rework divisions probably next week.
Yep. All right. Well, let's have some discussions and get that figured out. And I think that'll do it for this week. I appreciate everyone watching. If you're not following me on Twitch, please do so. And
yeah, well, he's still close to affiliate. That's a big thing.
Yeah. So we're 10 away. So I appreciate it, and have a good week. And I hate all big guys.